Hi everyone, this is Elisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Today I'm going to show you how to make your image pop out with a beautiful color on the solid, darker background. This is what it looks like. We are going to use our love background stamp. So this is our number one cell background stamp. It's called Words. It's just pretty with all the cards that I made. I do use this background a lot. We're going to use the home garden, one of the detail flower. But I'm sure you can find something similar if you don't have exactly this one. But we're going to need the detail flowers to create this nice pattern. We're gonna use our detail bird. This is our early design. Designed this set in 2008. So if you take a look at the package, usually the first 2 to 4 letters is the years that I designed. So that way you can see when did I design that stamp set. And we are going to use a matching die to go with it. So that's started. So in these two cards, I use green as my foundation color, also the mustard color. But the one I am going to prepare this time, I'm going to use a dark blue. Those are my material list. I use a Kaleidos colors. They is one impact come with a few different colors. It's awesome. If you don't have it, just use a regular dye-based impact. It will work just fine. We're going to need the Versamark. We're going to need the VersaFine, nice dark black color, some distract ink or anything you like, double. We are going to do the black embossing, and we are going to need the bridge to do something. Okay, so I'm using a dark blue as my foundation color, and what I did is I used the Versamark. I just stamped it and put the black embossing powder on top and heat up. If you are new for the stamping, you don't know how to do it, please check our other tutorial how to do the heat embossing. It's a very simple technique, and you're going to love it. So what I did, I just used the detail flowers to stamp a few images and heat up with the heat gun. Okay, and then I grab my die cut, so this hummingbird die cut, and I'm going to place on top of my blue cardstock. You don't have to put in the middle. I like to cut off some part of the image to make it look more interesting. So this is what it look like after you run to the machine. So I want you just to put your die cut on top and cut this piece image off. Okay, if you haven't got a chance to check my tutorial number 46, number 45, you got to check that tutorial. I think that was the best tutorial I have ever created. In those two tutorials, I'm going to show you how to make your own stamp positioner and how to use that. It is an awesome tool, and it only costs you $1. If you have a mistake or stamp positioner, that's awesome. If you don't have it, don't panic. With $1, a CD case or DVD case, it will work exactly the same. So with this tool, handmade tool, it will speed up your die cut process. It's very simple and easy. I'm going to show you, but if you like to learn how to make one, please check out tutorial number 46 and number 55. So what I did is I put my stamp here, and I use my die cut just to cut a few die cut. Before, when we want to stamp die cut, we have to make a guiding window, line up. It does take a lot of time to have a die cut image. So this is what I come out with to speed up the process, especially when you want to make too many cards. This is awesome. So we are going to use our stamp positioner, the homemade one, and then we just put this cut image, and then we are going to ink with the VersaFine, and then that's how I ink this image, and it's already pre-cut. So, and awesome with this tool, just in case when you stamp, if you miss a part of an image, you can always go back, stamps again. They will be perfect line out. Especially when you want the stamping on the regular cardstock, sometimes the ink, the coverage is not very solid, so you can stamp like 2 times. But this looks actually pretty good. So look exactly line out and die cut, and then see how fast I can do two three stamp image just under 1 minute. And then you can create a 3D card just like that, and your friend is going to be amazing. Wow, she must spend a lot of time to do this. So make sure you check our stamp the tutorial number 45 and number 55 to learn how to make your own stamp positioner. Trust me, it's worth your time. Just watch it, save you a lot of money, and then you learn a lot of different techniques too. So see, I just stamped in 3 images, and that's my image. If you have been following my tutorial, you probably realize that every time I will share some great idea with you. I found out instead of a magnetic sheet, I put a piece of metal that you use to shimming your machine when you die cut it, and I put this magnet, and then I found out this magnet is so strong. Sometimes really have a hard time to peel off this magnet. So what I do is you're going to need a ruler, and then see how easy you can pick up the magnet and then put it back. So instead of try to pick it up, just use a ruler, pick it up, and that's it. Isn't that a good tip? So I hope you enjoy it and use it. Okay, rubber stamping is so much fun, but sometimes it does take a lot of time to do it. With my busy schedules, I would like to do it faster, but to get a professional artist looking. So I usually come up with a pretty neat trick to speed up. So after we die cut it, I have a 4 little bird. I'm going to show you how to color it, and it's only take me a little bit time to do that. So I am using all the different impact, just to have a few different color handy, and then we would take a look, see which one is it go with the blue. I think the blue color, I'm going to maybe stick with the earth tone. So I am going to grab a dauber here. So those small dauber is just work awesome. Always remember, start with a lighter color first, and then we add a little bit darker color each time. So let's grab this one. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, so we are using this Cappuccino Delight, just kind of earth tone, more yellowish brown color. Okay, so we just do a little bit like a mustard color, or what you can do is we can add a little bit yellow. Okay, on the birdie part. Do whatever you like. Just give it a try, and then it will turn out just fine. So that's kind of like my blue bird, and then always remember one dauber, one color, so that way your dauber will last more longer. Okay, and I'm going to just give a little bit touch out for the green. So that's kind of earth tone, more yellowish color. I think actually is pretty good. It stand out, pop out really good. So and I am going to do one more purplish color. So let's do again. Always start with the color, light color first. That's your foundation color. And remember, the trick is keep drawing a little circle. Drawing a little circle is the best way help you to hide the stroke. So a little bit orange, and then I am going to use my dauber to do a little bit purple. Okay, that's the most easiest way to color. And then who knows, nobody have to know, it only take you 10 seconds to coloring, but you always remember you're telling your friend that you spend 2 hours coloring. And let's see, I think that's a pretty too. And then let's try this yellow cardstock. So on the yellow cardstock, that's the things we have a few die cut already. Let's try some green color. Okay, so I'm going to just do a light green. You just do a few, and then try to see which one is your favorite, and then we just insert that piece, kind of like a puzzle, okay, on top of any cardstock you like, and that's how we do. Oh, okay, like these. Okay, let's see what's this one look like. So this one on the yellow, the color is not really pop out. So on the blue, it's okay, but I think I like this yellowish color. Well, you know what? I have one more bird. I am going to try more reddish color. So I'm gonna try this orange. Okay, grab a dauber, light orange first. Okay, and the darker. Oops, my bird is away. Red. Drawing a little circle. Okay, and then we use the brown. Cover the branch here. And then I'm going to add a little bit purple here. Okay, let's see what it looks like. So that's what's a red color. I think looks pretty good. And then let's try this one. That looks good too. But I think for the blue card, I'm gonna stick with this yellow, the brown color. I'm going to just add a little bit darker color. Okay, around the border here. I think that's the color I'm gonna use. Okay, low cooking rubber stamp or matching die is really close to the stamped image. You know, the rubber stamp is all about the design. Without a good design, rubber stamp is just piece of rubber. Especially now on the market, there's a lot of cheap stamp and cheap die cut. Every time customer always asks me, oh, I can go spend $5 to go buy from this dollar store. They are the stamp. You know, I really am hoping all my viewer, my customer, you can understand. I'm selling my design. The rubber is just tool. It's that the design that make different. And I spent a lot of time to come up with a great design. I hope you guys really appreciate it. All my hard working. So before we mount, we insert this piece missing this piece puzzle, we are going to use our stylus just to pick a little bit red, you know, just to find out the darkest color. If the bird is blue, you're going to use a dark blue. If it is kind of yellow and red, we kind of just using our stylus, kind of softening the outline, the edges, make it more natural. Okay, so our image is really close to, our die cut is very close to our stamp image, but sometimes if you accidentally move your die cut a little bit, you probably end up to have a little bit wide gap. Instead of to do again, I always find a way to fix it, so that way we save a lot of time. It doesn't have to be perfect because those are the handmade project. Is not a machine made. That small boo-boo is make your car special, and your friend will feel like that you spend the time to make a car for them. They will be very happy to receive the handmade car, just like that. So for the blue one, the red one, I use red. For the blue one, I just use my stylus and then just kind of brush a little bit color around the edge. And then I'm softening the cutting area to make a more, it does make it different. So just spend a little bit time and do a little bit touch up, just like that. Okay, see those 4 little hummingbirds? The way you saw the way color, isn't that awesome? Take me how long? Probably all together after I cut the, talk about the nonsense, it's probably taking me all 2 to 3 minutes to finish all coloring. But isn't that looks just awesome? Okay, this is kind of like a darker master cardstock, and then most of the watercolor, they are transparency. So I want my flower pop out. So the best way to do is I am using the bridge and tiny brush. This is something like it's going to help those white flower pop out. You are going to have a heat gun. It's very interesting if you just use the bleach painting the white, because we have embossing powder heater already, so it kind of created some kind of outline. So when you're coloring, you don't have to worry about the off the line. It's kind of like a hill to prevent when you're coloring they went off the line. But when you just use the bridge and then you color it, the color really don't show up. So but when you heat up, you will see the white is appearing very fast. So that's show you how it works. So I'm gonna just use the little tiny brush and pick up some bleach. If you are sensitive of the chemical, make sure you open the window. Like me, I am very sensitive with the smell, so sometimes it give me a headache. Okay, so pick up some bleach and then just do few petals. So you're going to just color 1 or 2 flowers. It doesn't really show the color yet, but as soon as when you heat up, let me show you the magic, you will see what happens. See? The white is popping out. If it's not enough, you're going to dig in dipping your brush and then do again, kind of just brush on top of the flower and heat up again. That's how I get that nice white flower. Oh, actually this is something I missed before we do that. So we are going to use a little bit darker impact. I use Ting Ho's cheap sapphire, and then we are going to use a dauber. Okay, small dauber will do. Actually give a little bit shadow like this. See? Shadowing around the flower before I use a bleach. So, oops, I forgot. That's okay, we still can fix it. So I remember always drawing a circle, okay? Just a little bit, not too much. If it's not enough, we add more. So just kinda, you should do this before we use bleach. But that's okay, just one flower, we can fix it. No big deal, like I say, always try to fix the boo-boo, okay? The boo-boo make this project really handmade. So let's do this. Okay, so that's my blue. Okay, and now we are going to just use a bridge here. Okay, and then we are going to just pick up just color 1 or 2 flower. Don't worry if you get a little bit off the line, that's okay. So that's color 1. And we're going to heat up and you can see. Okay, that's pretty much what it look like. And then we're going to just use our dauber. Also just to give a little touch out around the border. Kind of focus your image. Okay, bring all your image to the center. Okay, so now we are going to mount your little birdie on the few different layers. So what you're going to do is you can flip over and just put that piece of puzzle here, and then you can just put the piece of tape to hold it first, and then we're going to just trimming this extra piece. Okay, and then we're going to mount on top. Okay, so that's our tutorial number 58, how to make your image pop out with a beautiful color on the solid darker background. Those are the 3 different samples. Try the different birdie and different color. I hope you like this tutorial, and please share with your friend, let them know who the local king rubber stamp is, and I hope to see you at the show. Thank you for watching. See you next time.